Hold up, it's my turn to decide what will be my next move. My first move is that I will share with you some of the best turn-based combat games of 2023. Some of them are JRPGs and others have an awesome turn-based combat that I personally love. So let's hop into the intro. Hi and welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Basharal and this is Teleplay. Together with Zira, like before, she is not being captured very well by the green screen because she has partial green feathers. So in today's video, I'll be sharing 5 games that are turn-based combat. So there's RPGs, there's strategy games, whatnot. There's definitely a variety that you can pick and choose from in order for you to enjoy either this December or the next year, 2024 and beyond, whenever you're watching this video, of course. Just as a disclaimer, I've not played all the games that are on this list. I've played some of the prequels or games that are similar in that kind of nature. I normally enjoy a lot turn-based strategy games, and whenever I pick a game that has that kind of element, I tend to play them quite a lot. I love XCOM, for example, so there will be titles that there will be similar, or I will make references so that you are aware about this kind of games. Now, do I want to play them? Yes, of course. But today we are not gonna play them, but I will be sharing them so you are well aware of the games that came out this year that you can pick up and play. So let's get into the list. Start first with Jagged Alliance 3. Jagged Alliance is a well-known franchise that once took inspiration from classic XCOM games, with more realism in what type of guns you use and fighting against humans this time around. Jagged Alliance is the perfect turn-based strategy type of game. Now, like some of you, I've never played Jagged Alliance, but I've got the Jagged Alliance 1 Classic. Eventually, I'm gonna play it. I do enjoy XCOM and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna enjoy this game a lot. While I know that it borrows elements from the classic XCOM and then improves upon them, the XCOM newest entries are a little bit different. So if you're looking for something more classic, Jagged Alliance is that type of game that you wanna play. Still, I do highly recommend playing XCOM. They're both excellent franchises, so yeah, that's not the point, I digress. While it's not necessary to play the previous games for the story, it would be a great starting point to see how the games have evolved. The description of the game goes as follows. The country of Grand Chien is thrown into chaos when the elect president goes missing and the paramilitary forces known as the Legion seize control. Hire mercs, meet interesting characters, and fight in tactical, deep turn-based combat in this true successor to the beloved franchise. I don't know about you, but this type of games, I can sink hundreds of hours by planning ahead my next move, and if I don't like a move, I roll back my saves and all that kind of stuff. I know some of you might be like, oh no, you're playing it wrong, you're supposed to risk it all and do like that. You know what? That's my way of playing the game. I really like to look after my soldiers, and when I make a mistake and I fail, I roll back and I play them however I like. That's my playstyle. Probably yours is different. Maybe you're a hardcore player. That's all up to you. So yeah, but there's one thing about this type of games, and is that I simply love them for what they are. I love to play around with them and tinker my way so I can get a good grip of what the next move is gonna be and try out new things. It's just like a live action chess game where you can see your units on the ground. It's good. It's great. But enough about what I like. How about what you like? So let's try something different. For the King 2 builds on the hugely popular original game's challenging blend of strategy, RPG combat, and roguelike elements to create an epic new experience. Now with 4 players in co-op. Roguelike elements in video games are always fun and very popular. So having such an interesting blend to turn-based strategy and RPG combat is awesome. The first game was very well received by many players, and this isn't far by much. If you've got by the slightest interest in this game, why not check out the game out? It's out now on Steam. Let's move on to number 3, and that is Sea of Stars. A beautiful JRPG, got even nominated for the Game Awards for this year. So what more do you want me to say? Sea of Stars is a turn-based RPG inspired by the classics. It tells the story of two children of the solstice who will combine the powers of the sun and the moon to perform eclipse magic, the only force capable of fending off the monstrous creatures of the evil alchemist known as the Fleshmancer. The visuals of this game is absolutely gorgeous, and what drove me to check this game out aside from this is the fact that I've heard so many great things about this game that is hard for me not to recommend. I've got this game on my wish list, and if you can't buy it right now, you can wishlist it as well. Trust me, it helps more than you think. Fourth on this awesome list, we got Baldur's Gate 3. If you've lived under a rock all this year and never heard of Baldur's Gate 3, well, you're in for a surprise, because this might be the game that takes the cake this year when it comes to the RPG mechanics and the D&D elements. But this is not all that the game has. The game is focused on a turn-based combat, just like Divinity Original Sin games. If you love the two games and wanted more, this game offers just that and goes beyond. Almost everything you do requires a turn-based element to it. It's awesome, and I can't wait to play this game. Baldur's Gate 3 is a story-rich, party-based RPG set in the universe of Dungeons and Dragons, where your choices shape a tale of fellowship and betrayal, survival and sacrifice, and the lure of absolute power. And when I mean by choices, oh boy, it sure does have many options to pick from. You've heard this from me many times, and you'll hear this from others for sure. So what are you waiting for? You'll get not only your money's worth, but can invest hundreds of hours until you reach all the endings you want. And who knows, maybe you won't. Still, each time and moment you spend with this game will prove how good the game is. If you didn't get my shout out by now, well, let me make it more obvious to you. Get the game. But if you don't like any of the games that I share so far, as you're in the mood of something more classic JRPGs, well, don't worry, I've got the type of game for you. Octopath Traveler 2 is a brand new entry of the Octopath Travelers series, the first installment, which was initially released in 2018 and sold over 3 million copies worldwide. The story takes place in Solistia, an eastern and western continent divided by the sea. It is a bustling era, rain large vessels, navigate busy sea routes, and the power of steam gives birth to new technologies. Some people thrill to glamorous stars of stage and industry, while others are brought to tears by war, plague, and poverty. In this faraway realm, either traversals hailing from different regions ventures forth for their own reasons. Step into their shoes and explore the land as you see fit, using their unique talents to aid alongside your journey. Embark on an adventure all your own. One thing I must make a remark regarding this game is that I'm honestly disappointed that it hasn't been nominated as part of the Game Awards. Honestly, I don't understand why not so many people voted for this one, or how did it end up not being at least mentioned in the RPGs section. This definitely should have been nominated, at least for the incredible story and the improved overall gameplay. Compared to the prequel, Octopath Traveler 2 provides 8 amazing characters, 8 amazing stories, and so much more to explore, packed with an amazing package that you don't want to miss. If you're like me and never played the first one, maybe start there, because it's just as great. But at the end of the day, it's all up to you, so you get to choose what you want to do. But that's all for the list of games. But as a bonus, I've got one game this time around, and it's nothing to be ashamed of, because this game is absolutely amazing. I'm talking about Miasma Chronicles. From the creators of Mutant Year Zero Road to Eden comes a beautifully crafted tactical adventure you won't forget. Embark on a quest across a post-apocalyptic wasteland torn apart by savage forces known only by the Miasma. I love Mutant Year Zero. It was a hybrid between turn-based combat and exploration with stealth and strategy elements, where you could strategize how you want to approach your combat on the map and not having to take turns all the time if you wanted to move, similar to XCOM. But it's very similar to XCOM in the combat section. It's just that by getting to your enemies, you can freely move around however you like. So this game is pretty much that kind of thing. So you get to explore the stories and the 3 new characters, which is Elvis and his robotic caretaker brother and a mysterious sniper woman. I don't know the names of the other 2 characters, but Elvis ends up in the possession of a mysterious glove with which he can control the Miasma. With this glove you help and control the Miasma that has corrupted America. I think it's an interesting game, and if you enjoyed the first game made by the Bearded Ladies, which is a fun name for a developer, you'll end up enjoying this one just as much, if not more. So what do you think about the list I've shared today? Do you like the games that I've shared? Let me know in the comments. I'll be reading and responding to all of them. As before, if you enjoy this content and want to see more, or you want to help me to push out this content to other people, all you have to do is like this video, as it helps more than you think. Also, if you want to help us, and I mean by us this channel, you can do so by subscribing if you haven't subscribed already, and turn on the bell notification so that you never miss a thing. That's all that I wanted to share today. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Vashral, this is Telplay, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, stay safe, and happy gaming.